So Addie has decided she's coming. Where are we going today, Addie?
Meadows.
She's going to the Meadows with me. We're going on tour. So,
Then we're going to farm first.
yes, we're going to the barn first. You're right. So,
Mission.
to see
And Punchy.
and Missy and Mission and Punchy. So, man, just a great day yesterday. Very, very impressed.
It was our
Shh.
one.
Shh. I'm going to have to cut your lines down on the movies, okay? You're taking over the set. Very impressed with Affection yesterday. You know, as I said to Ben and Jane last night and yesterday afternoon, I like when horses finish out their year happy. It's so hard on them. They train down hard. They go through all these rigors of staking. And for a horse like Affection, didn't really reach the level we want her to. It seemed like she was getting there just yesterday, but didn't quite get there over the entirety of the year. But, you know, as I have to remind people, there is the 3-year-old season, right? And I try to treat everybody's horses like they're mine and their money like it's mine, because it feels like that's the easiest way to give everybody the most honest answer on everything. And when it came to Affection, you know, seeing how happy she was coming back to the winner's circle yesterday, I just thought, you know, what a way to go out. What a way to end your 2-year-old season. Not financially the way we wanted to end her 2-year-old season, but most definitely the way you want to end it in regards to the horse's attitude, right? You want the horses going out happy and coming in excited, much like we are. So very, very happy with her yesterday. And then just to see the other filly just execute a perfect mile in the most perfect way, man, she is a turkey. She is just such a sweetheart to drive. Cupid Express, she raced great yesterday. And then in for a treat last night. I'll be honest, I love, you know, we always, and everybody's on the same page. That's why I love doing business with all our trainers. Put them in where they can win. It's easier said than done sometimes, right? Like Major Megan yesterday, it seemed to me like, hey, that's the right place to go. Oh my God, was that ever the wrong place to go? So you have to learn along the way, but you always want to start with that mentality, put them in where they can win. And I really had no idea what Stacy was doing, putting Yo Mister in the Greenville Fair. Here's a horse that we took to Kentucky because we wanted to stretch his legs on a big track. A 5/8 track, he seemed to get rough in the turns. How could he possibly get around a fair track, whether it be Greenville, Delaware, or anywhere? I was skeptical, to say the least. But, you know, that's again, she had faith in the horse, and obviously Brett did, or he wouldn't have been there. The mile he went. Not only was it his first time ever on a half-mile track, but he broke the track record at a fair that's been there forever. 55 over a fair track is an incredible mile, and we got some kind of horse. And I know I've had people message me and say, hey, you know, is Yo Mister for sale? Obviously, it's my job to bring any offers to you, our clients. One sec.
One's this way.
No, I know where I'm going, babe. All right? I know where I'm going. I've been here before.
You had?
Yes, you butthead. So, but they, you know, people seem to think that they're going to buy them for what we bought them for. And that's, you know, that's not even a logical offer. So, when it comes to Yo Mister, it certainly looks like we've lucked out in regards to him. And, you know, it looks like money will come back, and has been a tremendous horse for us. Locatelli again on his way back. No reason why this horse can't be the horse we want him to be. And for people out there, you have to be reminded sometimes they're still just 4 and 5-year-olds. For trotters, not old, still learning, still have their best races ahead of them. And that's a scary thought for any of the horses I just mentioned. You look at Kings County, still doing great things for us. He went back to Scioto. We opted not to race him in the Maple Leaf Trot for the simple reason of what I opened up with. Put them in where they can win. And if we know we are the longest shot on the board going into a race, it's nice to say, well, they raced for 600,000, but at the end of the day, if you get none of it, and I outlined this to everybody the other day, even the small amount, the 1% you could have got, really all it would have done was got our starting fee back and added $6,000 to his last 3, last 4, last 5, last 6, which would have made him up much higher in classes. So, you know, and the reason I'm explaining this is this time of year, I find myself making cases for sales more than purchases. And I know it's hard. Adeline Hope. I know it's hard for some of our clients to hear me talk about selling a horse like activation, because it's mind-boggling that you would sell a horse that hasn't missed a check, really only missed the board once, has 5 wins, and is having a hell of a year. All of those things are true. But I'm looking forward to what comes next year, right? And we went through this with Austral, and I thought if we could dodge a bullet, so to speak, a 2024 bullet in 2023 would make the most sense. I always tell everybody we try to learn, from mistakes. It's the best way to learn, right? And it's not that a year like Austral Hanover's was a mistake. It's not a mistake, but it's also very hard to duplicate. And he's been a very good horse for us. So when I look at activation and the similarities between the horses, when we look at what we may be able to get for him right now, it makes a little more sense to test the free agency market. We don't have to sell him. He definitely, all the horses I'm talking about selling over the next 2 weeks, and I think there's 6 of them, all of them will come with reserves. None of them are, this isn't a dumpster fire. This is, we have some horses. We would entertain the idea of selling them for the right price. These are, sellers' prices, not buyers' prices. So when it comes to everybody and the dialogues that we've had, are having, and will have in the future, this is all about strategically placing us, the stable as a group as a whole, in the best place we can. Knowing full well that the yearling sales in Harrisburg are in front of us, and we want to trade in our horses with 6 wins for horses with 1 and 2 wins, and that is for simple paths and avenues forward for us and for the horses. You see that now with Cupid Express, and even with Adeline, with Major Megan on the pacing set. What do you need?
I want to put my drink in the cup water.
Okay, well, we can do that for you, sweetheart. Anyway, not meant to be a sermon, but I think it's worth continuing to have an open dialogue with everybody, and everybody completely. I don't want anybody feeling like they don't fully understand what I'm saying. So if what I'm saying really doesn't resonate the way that I think it should, drop me a line. Send me a message or a text message. Hey, Anthony, I wasn't really sure what you were talking with in regards to this or in regards to that. I'm always happy to clarify, because as long as we go forward with a good, clean message and clarity, everybody's in the same boat, right? Everybody's rowing in the same direction, and that's really what we're after. We got a big, giant boat, and it's important that we all, as I said, we all row in the same direction. So a great day yesterday. So excited about, as I said, the way that Affection closed out her year. That was the Affection we trained down. That's a versatile, tough filly, and for her to come back to the winner's circle after such a tough year spanning Kentucky and Pennsylvania and losses, to come out and win, go back to the winner's circle with your ears up and sharp and happy, that meant a lot to me, and I was really, really happy for really happy for her and for the Cross family and everybody else that owns pieces of Affection. Very happy and impressed with Cupid Express, and obviously shocked and floored with how good Yo Mister was for Stacy and Brett last night. Just a great job, and congratulations to everybody that owns him. Also, all my partners on Yo Mister. And for today, we have Tailgate Buzz, trying to get him tightened up for next week's, or for the, what day is it on? The 8th, I think. The Stallion Series final, and he is on my list to potentially go up for sale before that final. And Nothing But a Dreamer. Now, difference between Nothing But a Dreamer and Tailgate Buzz is Nothing But a Dreamer has reduced his worth with just some mediocre races, just some stuff that happens as a 3-year-old. We're going to try and right that train and get him moving back forward, and today hopefully is a staging point for that. You saw how it worked with Stay Close, and it's not just aged horses or aged trotters or pacers, it's also the younger horses too. Sometimes shake them up. And Adeline, shush. Okay, well, you're going to have to wait a second. You have to wait a second, that's all. So when it comes to Dreamer, I fully expect to have a good race from him today and start on the path forward. After the races, Addie Bear and I are going back, picking up Mum and the kids, and going back to Ontario. We have Horn Player in tonight. Today, yes. I had a very, very difficult decision. It plagued me all day. Do I go drive, Stay Close, and the 2 horses in Scioto, or do I go back for Hornplayer? I just felt that Hornplayer is really at a tipping point. She's been getting there. I've been telling everybody she's so close to being the Hornplayer I think she is, and I wanted to be a part of that tonight. Especially, I gave James the option, and he went with Stacy's horse. I don't think James really, truly knows how good Hornplayer is right now. One of us is wrong, and we'll find out which one of them is. And it's maybe not that he's wrong, but that he knows how good the other horse is, and he didn't just, he looked at Hornplayer's lines at the Meadows and said, not as good as the Stacy horse. So I'm going to go with that one, which is fine, but I think she is better than the Stacy horse, and we'll find out tonight after race 9. And it did bother me that I couldn't go for Stay Close for my partners on him. I truly am sorry, but I did, it did weigh on me a lot which direction to go in. And ultimately, it just went down to what I try to always boil it down to. Who needs me? Not that anybody truly needs me, but who needs me the most tonight? And I thought that was Hornplayer. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I am... you guys took full advantage of it. As soon as I opened the door for the yearling sale dialogue, it was an avalanche of people saying, hey, you said we could talk about the sale now, so what about hip number, whatever. I'm not really going to discuss it until I see the videos of the horses. There's some pedigrees I'm looking at. I think there's some incredibly interesting storylines going into these sales. The green shoes were tough to break last year. I know a lot of the Europeans were kind of down on them heading into the fall. So I think there may be some value in the green shoes. Maybe not. I don't know. There's always that quiet value, I still think, in the Father Patricks, which I like, and even Tactical Landing, who we like. Now, International Money, we didn't get what we wanted last year with the International Monies. I'm hoping that this year the horses look... Adeline, shh! Just wait, sweetheart. I'm hoping that the International Monies from this year look a little bit better. The ones we looked at, I thought were good, but not over the top. And when I think there's lots of value with all the talented stallions that are out this year and all the talented mares that have been bred. I think we will have an opportunity to find some real true value this year. And I'm excited to go through the catalogs, go through the books, talk to all of you. So those dialogues, those conversations will happen over the next few weeks. I would like to get a look at the yearling videos just to verify. I mean, I did look quick at Goshen, and there were a couple of horses at both sales that I found a little bit interesting. But look at the pedigree, take a look at the horse, and then I would like to look at the video, and I would like to look at the horse also. I am going to be going to the sale. Are you coming to the sale next week? Can we get to the sale? What day? It's on the 30th. What day is that? You said it was a Wednesday?
Mommy.
Her first day of school, and I'm supposed to be at the Meadows. Might be tough, but I'll have people on the ground to have a look at horses for us for sure. Adeline, you're gonna have to wait. It's called patience. Can you say patience? Can you say patience? Can you say patience? Oh, I can't let you get a seatbelt unless you say patience. Well, Mom's right here. Okay. Shh. So, worst case scenario, I'll have somebody on the ground looking at the horses for us. Not super interested in a whole lot. There's 3 in the Ohio sale coming up I thought were kind of interesting, and there is 1 or 2 in the Goshen sale. But after I looked at the videos, the ones at the Goshen sale look like a couple of them look like they might find their knee pretty good. So again, want to have people. The good news is that Megan is stabled at the Mark Ford Training Center where the Goshen sale takes place. So we will have someone on the ground that we trust very much. So that will be fun. It all begins soon. Not yet. We'll talk about it, but it doesn't begin yet. But it all begins very, very soon. First things first, let's get our closet in order, get our house in order, and continue to look at horses that we can bring in, like a Cupid Express, that can make an instant impact, as I said, an immediate impact, as I like to say. Look at what of our horses we might want to move. There is a list of horses, and again, these are all priced accordingly, not on the buyer's side, but the seller's side. So we'll see how that plays out. So you're probably going to see some horses end up in the sale, the next preferred sale, online sale, because we can control that date, take the pictures, get all the horses uploaded, and then we can decide if we're going to sell them or buy them back. But at the same token, these are the things that we really have to talk about right now: sales, imports, exports, end of the season calendars, And then when we get all that in order, then we can finally start to talk about, get down to business, so to speak, when it comes to the yearling sales. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. Hope you had a great day yesterday. I hope you have a good day today. It's overcast everywhere. Chance of rain at the Meadows. I hope it doesn't rain in Toronto too. Anyway, I will talk to you soon. Have a wonderful day. Take care.